What's up, guys and gals? Griever back here, bringing you guys the latest behind-the-bar reviews for One Piece. One Piece. All right, right now, did I not say it? Did I not say it? I know my One Piece reviews oversaturation on YouTube and Reddit and everything else, Twitch, regardless of your platform that you use, your Discord, your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever you use. We all know that there is oversaturation for One Piece content on any platform. So my One Piece reviews are not my money maker. I don't monetize, but, get the quotations, right? So maybe you guys didn't catch what I said in my last review. I said, end of Act 2. End of Act 2, what are we going to get? What are we truly going to get? And my biggest pull was either we start Act 3, but I said we jump back to Reverie people. That was what I said. I played around with, okay, we jump over to multiple different people, maybe Blackbeard and stuff, and we kind of do. So, Oda didn't disappoint, but I'm going to take this as a W on me because I knew, this is what Oda is going to do. He's going to end Act 2, we're going to get some Reverie chapters, probably 4 or 5. I'm going to say probably not until about Halloween are we actually going to jump into Wano Act 3. Remember that Oda, at this point, it's not a 4-week month for him. It's 3. We get 3 chapters a month. I'm of the impression that we aren't going to see Wano until closer to Halloween than anything else, to be honest. I don't think we're going to go back to Wano. So, and I hope that. I really do, because I want to see how this all plays out. Now, maybe, potentially, Wano Act 3 could start next chapter. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. I also said Tennessee Titans are going to win tonight, so, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Halloween. Halloween is when we're going to jump back to Wano Act 3. That week, or maybe the one before it. Okay? That's when we're jumping back to Wano. So, but that being said, this chapter, there's so much to unpack. I feel like there are going to be so many cuts in this video, and I'm going to stumble over my words, and because, guys, if you can't tell from the state of my basement, just take a quick look at the state of my basement right now. I've been tearing shit apart and stuff. So, right now, I don't have the time necessarily to do proper clean cut, or at least more clean cut than I already do videos right now. So this is going to kind of be, the reviews for the next few weeks are going to kind of be off the cuff, just letting you know. So I probably should have mentioned this in a more popular review like 7 Deadly Sins, but whatever. Garp shows up, right? Best character in One Piece, Garp. Well, top 5 characters in One Piece is Monkey D. Garp, who could have killed Akainu at Marine Ford. You want to argue about it? Let's talk in the comment section down below, ladies and gentlemen, because we have him. He's delivered. Reverie's over. We jump back for the rest of the chapter, but Reverie is over. And the problem with this time jump, the problem I have with this time jump is, okay, so Reverie ends, right? Shirahoshi, Neptune, everybody is back at Fisherman Island. Garp escorted them back there. They're like, ho, 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 whoa, ho, ho. That was pretty crazy, right? It's always heated at the table with all the kings of the nations, right? They're doing that stuff, but at the end of the day, even Garp himself is like, yeah, well, we might have peace, but this is... And for the most part, this conversation... The only important thing to take away, well, there's 2 things. One, they go into the political side of things, and they use a lot of big words that I was kind of surprised at. They really delve deep into the political aspects of what it is to be a nation. Maybe Oda is taking a little bit of inspiration from what the current state of the world is for this, to kind of bring out his own views that basically all the countries right now in the current state of 2019 are kind of at fault for not... nobody's shaking hands and getting together, and even if they do, they're stepping on their own, they're stepping on each other's foot, meanwhile shaking hands and grimacing for the cameras. It's one of those things that is a very real thing happening in the current state of the world, more so than any other. I'm not going to blame any one country, Trump, but that being said, it's just something that's been going on, and for the first few pages of this chapter, that's what we get, a very political stance saying, well, nobody agreed and stuff, and he even said, well, this situation with this state of affairs was especially bad, you know. Apparently when Garp was escorting, the other part, when Garp was escorting Shirahoshi, Neptune, the rest of the fisherman crew, was like, alright, I got a transmission when we were going there, you know, probably on Denden Mushin or whatever, but I got a transmission about something that went on directly after Reverending. Now, please do not let this paint a bad picture of humans and stuff. Don't let bad blood be spilled, that kind of stuff. You know, Garp was basically sympathizing and basically trying to appeal to the bleeding hearts of the fishermen to basically say, please don't let this ruin any relations that we might have a little growth for. Because there's something that happened, something with the Alabasta Kingdom. And that's when Shirahoshi, and see, we never get the full details. We never get the full details of what actually happened to the other people in the rest of this review. But for right now, Shirahoshi goes, Alabasta, oh no, Miss Vivi. Now we remember Im-sama, and I'm not gonna, you know what, I'm gonna stop adding the sama, because I'm assuming this bitch, for some reason, I just think Im is a woman, for some reason. I'm assuming that this bitch, she's got some twisted celestial dragon way of thinking. Like to an even bigger portion. Like a Dio level portion of narcissism. To the point that that Im thinks that the world of themselves, and so I'm going to stop giving them the sama, because Stab and Vivi picture and all the picture stuff sort of idea, I'm just like, no, because in my opinion, you guys might not know this, and I know everyone's going to disagree, because, I mean, when you have Edward and what's his name, Jacob, when you have Edward and Jacob being the Nami and Robin of One Piece sort of idea, when you have those fan teams, nobody's batting for the other crew but me. I'm saying best girl is Vivi, official member of the Straw Hat crew before Robin. Just gonna point that out there. But best girl in One Piece is, of course, Princess Vivi. Now, something might have happened. Maybe. Potentially. We don't know the full details. They could have escaped. This could be something, and we'll see here later about Big News Morgan. Big news, as Roger would say. Roger's Face. Go check out his review. I'm sure he's got one up. This is something that's huge right now, right? Because we have so much information, and this review is going to be, my God, this is going to be a Tekken long review. We're at 8 minutes. All right, cut to commercial. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Have you or any of your friends ever tried the crisp, cool feel of Labatt Light? Yes, I have not bought this in a very long time. I'm more of a Coors Light drinker, but can I not advertise this wonderful beer that I am not being paid to endorse in any way, shape, or form, because, once again, I do not monetize. But this is the commercial break I came up with. Yes, I'm a little drunk. Yes, I'm a little lonely. And this is how I get my kicks. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and let's jump back to the review. Okay, so we know that Reverie has been adjourned by the next page, right? Reverie has been over. But then we jump back in time a little bit, and this is where I get a little confused. Is everybody's reaction, is everything that happens in this chapter from this point on before Reverie was adjourned or after? It's very difficult, because I'm assuming that after we get the Big News Morgan stuff, after that, we're back to Garp, Shirahoshi, everybody's back in present day, right? That's what I'm going to assume, because everybody's reaction seems to imply that anyways. Suffice it to say that this is big. This is, like, Reverie is just so, like, these little tidbits of in-between arcs. And I love that Oda didn't wait this long this time. He was so smart. He used, like, you guys need to appreciate, I know you do, but appreciate Oda and his genius. What did he do? He said, okay, I cannot wait, like, a whole arc worth long to jump back over to, like, Sabo, the revolutionaries, the admirals, the marines, the Shibuya, anybody, right? I cannot wait that long, right? So what does he do? He takes a Japanese tradition a kabuki play, and he uses it as a means of intermissions that are natural in a kabuki play, in the Japanese-styled arc. It's just brilliant. It's like he planned this so well, and it flows, and it works, and I'm just, yes, Oda, gotta be one of the best of all time, if not the best, but definitely in the top 3 mangakas of all time, because he knows how to appeal to the fan base, he knows how to write the story, he knows what we want. So, that being said, okay. We saw the nobles and shit, we don't care about them, do we? What we care about is the information. We jump between, and here's the thing that broke me. I don't really, some people are really interested in the revolutionaries. I'm really not, until they actually become relevant. Because for the most part, are they really relevant? No, seriously, are they? What have they done that has affected any of the main arcs as a whole? When have they directly interfered to the point that it's like, oh damn, big Marine Ford thing with the revolutionaries? It hasn't happened. So I understand that that's the appeal. They're biding their time, they're hidden in mystery, we don't know a whole lot about them, and every time we get a nugget of information, we're like, holy shit. But I'm not a huge revolutionary fanboy. I like them, but I'm just like, a cool information. So the whole, clearly the newspaper implies, after Big News Morgans, right? Big News Morgans, he gets the information. It's like, death at Reverie, death at HQ, death at this, death at that, Mary Joa, and all this stuff. And he's trying to come up with all the crazy newspapers and stuff. And the government official's like, here's a paycheck sort of idea to silence, you can't print this story. And he basically, Big News Morgan's like, waha, how long have we been under, this, that, and the other thing, because one of his employees, was one of CP0 or CP9 or something, ripped off a face mask like he's in Mission Impossible, and he's like, yo, no, you cannot print that, Morgans. Do not make me shoot you. And then we see the next panel, Big News Morgans, fisticuffs, I guess he can fight, apparently, and he beat the shit out of a government official. So, who was a spy, and he's like, alright boys, we gotta move, I'm printing this story either way. This implies to me that the story they were talking about was the whole Sabo Vivi thing, which could be a related story. See, that's the thing. Oda, you're so good, you give us nuggets and then you give us 1,000 more questions, right? You answer one thing and we get 1,000 more questions. It's the circle of life with One Piece, right? So, here's the big thing, is that we see Dragon and everybody, and they're all reacting to this news. What it implies is that Sabo has either been captured or executed. Either he was killed. It really implies, a lot of people are saying it doesn't imply that, and I'm like, no. We have the Bandit Chief, Dede, and we have Makino. And they're crying. Similar to when Ace died, right? Sabo is told in these papers to have either been killed or executed. One or the other. People are trying to summarize oh no, they're saying he's captured. Makino wouldn't have closed her bar. And Ivankov wouldn't have lost his ever-loving shit. And, I'm just... Yeah, no. The paper implies... we know the truth. Sabo's not dead off screen. However, the people that are summarizing that the newspaper didn't say that Sabo's been killed in one way or another, I don't get where you can understand. I don't know how you got to that answer. I read a lot of people thinking that. And, in all honesty, I don't get it. How can you think that Makino would close her bar with a panel to represent it because Sabo was kidnapped? The main character, Luffy, was known to be kidnapped and imprisoned and impelled down. I don't remember us jumping over to Makino closing her bar over that. Or Ace, when he was imprisoned and due to be executed, in impelled down. Don't remember jumping over to Makino then either. I do remember Garp going after Ace died. And I do seem to remember just reading this chapter where it happened. So the paper definitely implies, and for all of you who are like sitting there like, why are you still ranting about this? Why is, like, this is obvious, Griever. Like, what are you talking about? Seriously, guys, I read a lot on the manga stream and the Reddits about this chapter all day at work. People are trying to, like, make this out to not be what it is. It's clear. The paper is saying clearly, and it might have some connection to the Vivi stuff, but Sabo is apparently dead. That is what the paper has said. And even Big News Morgans himself has said, I might be a journalist first, but I will print lies. He says lies. He said, I will print the lies, the ones I want to print. And people will believe the lies I want to tell them. So, you know, we know Sabo's not dead. However, big thing there, right? So, that's a huge development, in my opinion. We jump over to a bunch of people. We see Blackbeard, and honestly, once again, not a huge Blackbeard fan, guys, so whatever. You guys make out what that we want. Doflamingo summarizes every fan's feelings about the chapters like, this world is so damn interesting, I can't wait to see what happens next. Wahahaha. You know, Doflamingo clearly still alive, so Magellan's still protecting him. And we see, you know, all that stuff. It's great, but to me, honestly, the thing that kind of tore my heart was Makino. Like, she closed her bar just to sit down and cry for a day. She needed to have a day. And we clearly see a kid walking around. So, Shanks? Maybe? I'm just spitballing a little fan fiction level headcanon thing, but I'm thinking Shanks. But either way, yeah, that's, to me, the Makino thing is what sold it for me. I was like, damn, this shit's real. That sold it for me. I was like, there is so much jam-packed in this chapter. So much. I mean, 14, 15 pages, and Oda delivers more than any other manga currently running can deliver in at least 10 chapters worth of content, right? But it's just crazy right now, guys. It's nuts. Now, after this, we jump into Kobe. We see Kobe and stuff, and here's, as far as I'm aware, this is a brand new revelation. There's this top secret force that's outside of CP0, or maybe it's a part of it, but it seems to be outside of it, called Sword, codenamed Sword, where Drake is the captain and Kobe's a member. What? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Drake is the one who let Law out of the cell. I really don't. I mean, you could argue that. Maybe it's too obvious is why I don't think that it was Drake. I'm trying to, do a Hail Mary sort of pass, try to get the theory before anybody else. But at the same time, this is big. And then we get basically a rundown from Kobe to X-Drake, and we get X-Drake to Kobe. So it's a summary of what's going on. The Marines are in frantics, blah, 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 Alabasta, here's what happened. The elimination, like basically what's going on with Straw Hat Luffy, and then it's like, well, here's kind of what happened. The Shishibukai system was eradicated. Fujitora had his way. It doesn't seem like, they don't really mention Fujitora too much, and we don't even see him, but we do know that King Cobra and King Riku both stood up and basically made their case about the Shishibukai system being detrimental to multiple nations. And it was a vast, superior majority from all the kings that was like, no, we got to get rid of that. And then we see the populace. The populace, this is the big thing, guys. This is huge. People were like, okay, Fujitora going to be eliminated or something. A lot of people thought, I didn't, honestly. I don't know what I thought. I thought that we wouldn't get this information for another year or two, but this is happening now. Oda, you're giving us all the goods. Like, people saying that, like, how did you get through, honestly, what, to me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of Dressrosa. How did people get through Dressrosa and then the whole wait for the Shokugeki no Sanji to happen in Whole Cake and then drop it here? Here! This is where shit is going down, ladies and gentlemen. For any fans of the God piece, the One Piece, the greatest piece, this is just, yes, Shishibukai system eliminated. So we see the reactions. We see Bo Hancock. Apparently Kobe's got to go get her. And then we see a fleet of Marine ships against Mihawk. Like, that's gonna goddamn well matter. And I think Tekking 101, who I don't really need to plug here because he's like literally leaps and bounds ahead of me in the YouTube community, one of the 4 emperors of YouTube. However, I think he said it. I think Mihawk's just going to go find Shanks. You know? Because they might be trying to attack, and we got the whole Yonko, the Kaido, Big Mom Alliance being like, oh my god, what are we going to do? But that wasn't the focus. The focus was the elimination of the Shishibukai system. The warlords are done. We see Weevil and his mother and all that stuff. Who cares? Not really, definitely not Whitebeard's actual son, so I don't give a shit about Weevil. We see Boa Hancock sitting there, but we'll get to her at the very end. We do see, as I said, Mihawk. Mihawk's going to just go rally up with Shanks. He's going to be like, yeah, it's been a long time since I've been hunted. This is going to be fun. Remember, Mihawk might have been the world's strongest swordsman for a number of years, but he was a pirate. And he was probably hunted. The Shishibukai system is a newer addition to the world government. It's not something that's been around since long before Shanks and Mihawk were born, as far as I'm aware, because otherwise he would have been hunted the whole time, you know? They would have grabbed him long before. He never would have known what it was to be truly hunted. So, I mean, this is something that I'm sitting back like, damn. Like, Mihawk's going to go rally up with Shanks. I mean, that's his option. Goes up, rallies up with Shanks, and then Shanks becomes... Like, people are worried about Kaido and Big Mom. That alliance? Shishibukai system's eliminated. How many people are going to align with Shanks? No, seriously. The dude that nobody wants to fuck with. The dude who ended Marineford. The dude who Kaido went to, oh, I'm going to go attack Whitebeard. And Shanks was like, yeah, no. And it happened. And you're worried about Kaido and Big Mom. Yeah, okay. So, this is just like, it boggles the mind. Like, I mean, Buggy was hilarious. King Buggy and all his craziness. I mean, that was gold. That was comedy gold at its finest. Because he's like, shit on the inside. He's like, man, we will not do this and stuff. And he's trying to reason with the government and stuff. Of course, you know that's not going to work. But it was awesome. And then at the very end, who did I miss though? I mean, he blamed Crocodile and Doflamingo, but I mean, and Jinbei's not there. We don't even know if Jinbei's alive. Of course he's alive. Final member of the Straw Hat crew. As far as we know. And yeah, so it's down to Boa Hancock. And this. Boa Hancock, you know, I'm not her hugest fan, honestly. I know a lot of people are a leg guy. You know, they like the legs. Or, you know, they like the big bosoms and that kind of idea. Did I just say bosoms? Bosoms. That's not a word that people use a lot. But here's the thing. She made the most amount of sense that I've seen in a manga for a long time. It's like, don't fret. They clearly have forgotten who we are. Like, the reason that we were employed, the reason that we're a third power to begin with is because we're strong. Like, that's what I've been saying. I know Tekking 101, and once again, don't need to plug him, but I know he stated it very clearly, and a lot of the fan base, you don't want to believe it, but here's how it works. It's not a pie chart with 33, 33, 33 with the 3 great powers. It's a 50-50 split. Yonko, Marine Warlords. So what do you think the idea behind this is? Not only have they lost Aokiji, right? But we have Garp and Sengoku off of active duty. We've got, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that Green Bull's good. But now you just took away the world's strongest swordsman, who is a class. The way that people, I've heard Grim Reaper, go check out his channel. I've heard him argue that Whitebeard might have been a Yonko, but he was like a Yonko plus level, similar to One Punch Man with Dragon Plus. That kind of idea is that he's above and beyond a Yonko level. He might have been a Yonko, but he was stronger than the average Yonko. Sort of idea. Average being a lucrative word. In the same way, I would argue that Mihawk is the same idea. Mihawk might have been a warlord, but dude who fought with Shanks at full strength, I mean, he's not Doflamingo. He's not Gecko Moria, right? So, and for you Dofi fans, you're not going to like that, but I don't like Dofi, so whatever. So yeah, like, they just got rid of half of what kept the balance of power. You get rid of them, and especially, as I pointed out, Boa Hancock joins Luffy's Grand Fleet. Now that got stronger. Mihawk joins Shanks. Shanks and Mihawk might as well take over the goddamn world. And where are the others going to go? Like, Weevil's just a force of nature, just running around doing stupid shit. And, like, Buggy's just always going to be Buggy. But, like, do they not realize the detrimental things about the, like, maybe Vegapunk has come up with some crazy deterrent that can put the balance of power back at a 50-50 at the very least, but to literally strengthen the other side by casting them out, because that's all they've done. You cannot tell me that none of the warlords are going to go and ally with either a Yonko or the Straw Hats. They're totally going to do that. Boa and Mihawk on the top of that list. So, I have no idea what, the balance of power is so convoluted right now, you couldn't draw an accurate pie chart of it, because we have no idea the intentions of Shichibukai, we have no idea what Vegapunk has in store to basically fill that void, because it's a void. Remember that Marines needed the warlords to at least balance the Yonko. For anybody who thinks that one admiral can take on one Yonko, if that were the case, then why did they ever need the warlords to begin with? They didn't. Garp's seen some shit, and he was the one who told us. So, So, chapter was great. So much information. Nothing, I'm sure there is nothing that I haven't said or anything that I've missed that won't be covered by another reviewer that you guys watch. So if I missed a key factor that you guys wanted me to focus on, I'm sorry for that. Notice me, like bring it up in the comments down below. And if it was a big thing, then I will probably make a quick 5-6 minute video discussing that point. If it was a huge point and something I find interesting and I thought it was really relevant and I missed it, I'm sorry for that. But this, as you guys know, I mean, 14, 15 pages, but jam-packed, loaded with information and a lot of different characters and stuff that we haven't seen in a long time. So, big deal. This has been Griever. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, this has been the Behind the Bar reviews for One Piece. And we will see you guys back here next time. This is Griever as always. Drink responsibly. Yada, yada, yada. I need another beer by the looks of this. See you back here next time.